Bob, your reaction to that? It's tough to say that after hearing those words from several months ago.
Well, yes, ma'am. I've heard those words many times. It's a follow-up to the policies of Barack Obama: destroy the jobs and then come up with welfare to try to support them. The reason Hillary Clinton doesn't want coal is it costs 4 cents a kilowatt hour for coal-fired electricity. The wind and solar costs that she supports cost 26 cents a kilowatt hour and gets 4 cents of subsidy from the taxpayer. She's getting hundreds of millions of dollars from the manufacturers of windmills and solar panels into the Clinton Foundation and into her campaign to support this tax from the federal government, the taxpayer, for wind and solar. That is why she is so against coal. But she can't be against welfare because she's always been for it. And in this case, it is a genuine need because this problem was created by the federal government itself in 1946, Sandra.
All right, so Bob, you're, obviously you and your industry has been very critical of Hillary Clinton. Last night in that presidential forum, how did Donald Trump do?
I thought he did well. He's not a politician. He has spent less than $20 million on his campaign. She's approaching $100 million. People need to take this into consideration. But I've spent time with the man, and I know he'll surround himself with the very best people in this country to run this country. That I know. He's a quick study. He'll get the very best people to run our government. He will do well.
And are you hearing similar sentiment from those in your industry that they're critical of Hillary Clinton, willing to support Donald Trump?
Ma'am, Hillary Clinton is dead in the coal fields of the United States. They don't want her welfare, ma'am. They want jobs. And she said that she will expand her word on Obama's policies, which have destroyed the lives and livelihoods of these coal miners. And the least they can do now, ma'am, is step up and assure that they get these pensions and these medical benefits that the government promised them. All
right. And Bob, I also want to get to this news. The Colorado River that was polluted with 3 million gallons of gold mine wastewater has been added to the EPA's Superfund National Priorities List. That means if approved by Congress, it stands to receive millions of dollars in cleanup. Do you have thoughts on this?
Oh, ma'am, I certainly do. We live under the thumb of the U.S. EPA daily, and their regulations are extremely, extremely stringent and, frankly, illegal. And now the government itself has created this huge pollution problem in the West. It did it itself, our government, the U.S. EPA, and their lawyers and their public relations people, where they spend millions of dollars every year of taxpayer money, have been sweeping that one under the rug. You don't hear the head of the U.S. EPA or the president talk about that mess that the EPA itself created.
All right, it's a tough situation, and we know that thousands of coal miners will be rallying in Washington, D.C. today over those health care and pensions. This is a big deal for your industry. It's a big moment for your industry and a big election, sir, for your industry.
It really is, and Americans need to listen to these coal miners today at their rally, and particularly the United States Senate leadership.
All right, Bob Murray, Murray Energy Company CEO, thank you for joining us this morning and sharing your thoughts on all of that.
And by the way,